What's going on, Master Duel fans? James Polk here. We are back for more Attribute 4 Festival event. And this time, 22% of you voters, also tied for second to showcase, would be Solfachords. Based off from the extra deck, in terms of the 4 attributes, we lost out on the instant fusion target of Pesticil, as well as let me see, the usual charmer sticks, Musea, of course, because Musea must be a light. So to replace those or do some of the last minute additions, that would be Baron, because we got plenty level 7s and plenty level 3 tuners. Cross Sheep for the sake of the arrows, not counting the Charmer Links, of course. We still kept Geonator, and then Heat Leo. Heat Leo is only there for spin move one of your opponent's back rows as a surprise factor. But other than that, let's see how this entire series of Solfachords go. And this hand, I think we can work up with something. Vernon Still, Bear, ditch Vera to draw one. Revive Vera. Duck, ditch Melfi Pony. Okay, so first time ever for the Melfis. So Melfis are a series of monsters that does something upon your opponent, normal or specials, or attacking the Melfi monsters. They get returned to the hand, most cases being extra for most of them, in order for them to do something. And on top of that, the main deck Melfi effects during your end phase, free special the Melfis from the hand. Obviously, same gimmick for the Melfi monsters. Melfi Rabby is a Earth Beast, well, a series of Earth Beast for the Melfi main decks and extra deck, with the exception of Penny, who is a water instead of earth. Obviously, that makes sense because that's a seal. So, Rabby, no attack, 21 defense of a vanilla. Melfi Fenny, special a beast from hand that isn't Fenny. Stratos of beasts, beast monsters that isn't Catty. Puppy E-Telly's a level 2 or lower beast that isn't Puppy. Pony is the Stratos. Not Shadows, but Recursion, actually. Recursion of a level 2 or lower beast from grave to hand that isn't Pony. Wally, one of the most insane Melfis, aka Rescue Cat, Rescue Rabbit of Melfis. And then Penny here. This one does something super different. If a face-up beast monster you control kick back to the hand, except Penny, as a quick effect, special this from the hand, then put up a synchro summon using only this card and the Melfi monsters in your hand. Super nice. Merry Melfis, OCG name of Cheerful Melfis. Generic 4 to make it. First chance that it gets special summon, doesn't matter how it's special. Target one face-up monster anywhere on the field, kick it back to the hand. Same concept of opponent normal or special, or goes after for the attack, kick it back to the extra deck, and then special a Melfi XZ from extra. Super nice. Three Melfi XZ. Joyous Melfis. Detach 1. All Melfis can perform direct attacks. During your opponent's turn, target a Beast XZ you control, kick it back to the extra deck. Then you can special summon level 2 or lower beast monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials that the monster has. So Soul Charge of Melfis. Melfi of the Forest. Detach 1. Stratos of Melfi card, spell trap included from deck to hand. Another face up Melfi kicks back to the hand outside of the damage step. Target one face up monster opponent controls cannot attack, effects negated while it is face up. So Fiendish Chain of Melfis. And then Melfi Mommy. And of course, other requirements: 2 or more level 2 beasts for all the XZ, while Forest is just to level 2s to make it. So Melfi Mommy, once per turn as a quick effect, plus 1 material from hand or face up field to this card. And then depends on how many materials that it has, that's what it gets. 3 or more, can't be killed by battle. 4 or more, no battle damage involving Melfi Mommy. 5 or more, attack is declaring involving this card and an attack position monster, burn your opponent equal to that attack position monster. Melfi Hide and Seek. The first time each beast monster you control will be killed by card effect, it's not. And then it is a mini Pot of Avarice for 3 beasts in your graveyard with different names. In terms of recycle 3 just to draw one. Melfi Staring Contest. Reveal a beast, add a Melfi with a different name from graveyard or deck to your hand, and place that revealed monster on the bottom of your deck. And hard once on the search or recur. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, reveal any number of Melfi monsters and keep them revealed during this battle phase. Monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to the combined attack and defense of the monsters revealed by this effect. Melfi Tag. Target one Melfi monster in graveyard, special it out. So, Monstery Born of Melfis. And then, I know there are Melfi traps, unless this is the only one. Melfi Playhouse. Detach any number of materials from Beast XZ, target up to that many cards your opponent controls, kick them back to hand. Also, all Beast XZs gain extra 500 until the end of this turn for each material detached to activate this. Other than that, that is literally every single Melfi card gone over. Grab the Flourishing Hills, Revive Pony, Flourish Hills, Ditch Wally, get the Field Spell, Specials Wally, Full Bloom, Vera, Revive Flourishing Hills. Board state is no Vernisylph can't be killed by effects. And anything we do in terms of normal or special while the Melfis are out, free special from hand and then, or recursion, and then Wally here, rescue rabbits 2 Melfis. Full Bloom, get the duck. Feather Duster, Elegance, toss out Angelia, complete the scale, normal Cutia, Pony, Wally, back to hand, Puppy, Caddy, Pendulum Shotgun, just the one, Angelia. What the heck? You know, I just realized I was thinking of Gracia. That has that Ancient Gear effective spell traps, but that's not what I really thought it was. So, to be fair, it's been a long while about Solfachords in general. So, Gracia is the one that has the Ancient Gear of monster effects in terms of even scale, while Angelia over here, odd scale, she's the Ancient Gear of spells and traps, and obviously benefits the Solfachords. In most cases, I believe that was Puppy kicking back to the hand just to special out the Calentosa, mystical beast of the forest, and in this one, special summon body effect of a beast, Puppy. Target one card anywhere on the field, kill it. Kills off Angelia. Caddy return, getting Hop Ear Squadron. Of course, put up a synchro summon involving a Hop Ear Squadron by special summoning it and then using the other material from your field. Hop Ear Squadron, target Calentosa. Mary Melfi. Kick back the Cutia to the hand. Duck. Ditch another duck for the Flower Girl. Revive the duck. Flower Girl, ditch pony. Getting a sleeping bear. Revive another Flower Girl. Two together for Phoenix. And if you're wondering, Phoenix can't activate the effects, it is because literally every Verna Sylph has the effect where you cannot activate non-Earths the turn you use the discard effects. Sleeping Bear, ditch Caddy, toss out Grand Tusk Dragon for some reason, which is an Earth, by the way. Revive Sleeping Bear. These two for Elf. Puppy. Wally. And now that the opponent has 5 Earth monsters, Monster Negate does not activate its live. So to get around that thing, Pendulum Shogun, Angelia over Elf because there's no more space. Normal Cutia. Kick back the Mary. Kick back the Wally. Kick back Puppy. Puppy for Calentosa. Wally gets kicked back, no space. And Mary for the forest. Gets Kulia. Calentosa. Kill the counter trap, and then Vera revive Grand Tusk Dragon. Grand Tusk. Kill off Callby and Angelia. Staring contest. Reveal Wally. Gets the penny. Two together for a Ripperdocus. Vera. Mind controls Cutia. Cutia is a beast due to Ripperdocus. Ripperdocus, Vera, Cutia, and Grand Tusk. Add 59. 5,900 damage taken. Add 21, I should say. Puppy comes back. Top decks Raigeki all of this time. Pendulum Shogun. Angelia. Scale. Return Cutia. Another copy and scale. Cutia normal. Ash. Keeping Cutia in check. Staring Contest. Reveal Penny. 22. 5. 27. Angelia for Fantia. Fantia, Tossa, Gracia. 2 Pendulums for Coolia. Negate Staring Contest. And of course, Melfi player has ran out of steam. Coolia Negate Staring Contest. And Coolia herself making it lethal. And the next matchup, this hand, we decided to add in a little spicy tech. It may not come up as much as it used to be since the era of pendulums, but this is one of the most insane techs in pendulum decks in general. Pendulum area simply states if all monsters you control are pendulums and no other card types, target 2 cards in your pendulum zones, kill them both, and if you do, no one specials for the rest of the turn except pendulum summons. Another Verdant Sylph matchup, so Corolla, discard the duck itself, get the bear, revive the duck, Flower Girl, ditch another Corolla, getting Vera, revive Flower Girl, bear, ditch Vera, draw 1 and revive Vera. Tributes for Alsa. I'm pretty much guessing there wasn't a opportunity for him to discard for another fairy from deck to hand that isn't Vera. That is unless opponent goes straight to BLS Link, which is ridiculousness. Normal Cutia, getting Dreamia, Elegance, toss out Gracia, complete scale, Dreamia, 2 together, for Alsa, steal Vera, the reunion is back of course, Pendulum Shogun, Gracia, Dreamia, grab the field spell. Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess for 4. And by the way, funny story about this Appaloosa, by the way. The first time I crafted this Appaloosa, it came out glossed out, which is insanity. And to this day, I originally never cared about Appaloosa in terms of not being able to fit in some or most decks, if not all of it. But at the same time, for certain events, if I have the space to fit in Appaloosa, now's the time to make Appaloosa for either 3 or 4. And if we can get to 4, just like what we did earlier, there you go. That's the out to most things. And then Vernisil players scoot. this next matchup, this hand, I don't know, man. Normal Nefariousness. Okay, that's clearly a Charmer Loner deck. Specials Pankratops. Normal Ash. For Baron DeFleur. First time ever with Baron DeFleur, by the way. Because back then, I used to hate Baron so much. But after realizing about how great the card really is in terms of taking advantage of the board state, specifically for this event, I obviously had the space to fit in Baron, so I thought to myself, why not? So obviously spot removal any card, and once while face up, use your negate wisely in terms of Omni Negate. And obviously level 9 or lower monsters, so in most cases it usually tops the most. Special summon it out and kick back the Baron from the field to the extra. Monster Reborn to tops. Spot removal. Tops. Baron. And then the Charmer Loner scooped. Probably too many monsters in my opponent's hand, and I don't blame my opponent for one bit. And then the next matchup, I think we can work something off in his hand, so... Okay, Gem Knights. Alexandrite for the Crystal, which is way too large to be dealt with. Lucky for us, Raigeki is in the open hand. Elegance. Toss out Elitia Complete Scale, Pendulum Shogun, just the 2, 11, 6, and I just realized that I shouldn't have set the counter trap if I don't have a Solfachord from extra deck. Yeah, see? Should have never done that. Actually, it's fine. Adamancipator Gem Knights. Quite the twist. And then Adamancipator Seeker. Set 1, Seeker. Adamancipator Lapitite. Rocks gain 500 attack and defense. During your main phase, take up to 5 Adamancipator cards from the top of your deck, place them in any order. Adamancipator Friends. Excavate the top cards of your deck equal to the number of rocks you control plus 5. And if you do, add 1 excavated rock with a level equal to or lower than the number of excavated cards. Also place the remaining cards to the bottom of the deck. Literally every Adamancipator gimmick about putting the rest back to the bottom in any order. And then to turn you to this, can't special monsters except rocks. Particle Fusion, new Gem Knight card. Put up the Fusion Summon, obviously, of Fusion Material monsters that are listed on a Gem Knight Fusion, and then banish this card from graveyard. Target one Gem Knight Fusion, it gains that much attack until the end phase. Relief. Tribute any number of Adamancipator, then target cards on the field equal to that number plus 1, kill them. Dark World dealings. Nothing. 12. by Seeker. Pendulum Shoken 2, Elitia, and Angelia. Angelia should be herself. For Kulia. Kulia over Seeker. Elitia over Leonite. Crystal Leonite. Gem Knight Sardonyx. Attacks Elitia. No better damage at all because we got even scale. Normal Drow. Pendulum Angelia. Angelia over Sardonyx. Kulia. Two together. For Hita. Hita. Taking Leonite. Appaloosa for 3. Oh, Dark Hole. After all of that, wow. Normal C Gem Knight Obsidian. Attacking for 15. Pendulum Shoken's just the one. Angelia. Angelia over Obsidian for lethal. Ancient Gear of Spells and Traps. And this next matchup, looking at this hand, I think it needs some serious fixing. More Melfi's later. Caddy and Fenny. Ignite Reload. There's the Ash. Set. And after playing Melfi's the first time, I finally learned my lesson last time. By setting a monster, only because we don't want to trigger the Melfi's. Two together for Forest. Search, but Ash keeping Melfi of the Forest in check. Wally. Flip up Fancia to avoid the Melfi shenanigans, but not impermanence. Scale Butia. Scale the Cutia. Pendulum into Gracia. Gracia over Forest. Fancia over Wally. And if you're wondering how did the Melfi's cannot trigger the effects upon attacking, it is because of Gracia. Even scale? Both even scales to be precise, but as long as you have at least one even scale, if any of your Solfachord Pendulum monster attacks, self included, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. So she benefits all Solfachords to be ancient gears of monster effects. Fire off the evenly matched because there's no card. I know full well you did not activate evenly match right exactly where the impermanence column is. That is a straight up dud And this game is already over at that rate. And this next matchup, looking at this hand, I'd say balance maybe. Now, as for reasoning, I'm pretty much convincing that this is Infernoid, so calling 1 for the sake of Decatron. Hey, yo! Okay, that caught me off guard. Shatter Foil, Armed Dragon Thunder level 7. Wild. Thunder level 7. Ditch level 3. Whoa. Armed Dragon Thunder, aka Armed Dragon, level 10. Wind Dragon, 3000 flat, 2000 flat. Special summon body for the Armed Dragon monster. It gains the following effects based on its attack. Over 1, Armed Dragon. Over 10, cannot switch in terms of possession. Over 100, cannot be killed by battle. Over 1000, once per opponent's turn, send 1 card from hand to the graveyard. Target 1 other card on the field to kill it, and if you do, extra 1000. And if for some reason Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 goes up to 10,000, on that turn, destroy all other cards everywhere on the field. Armed Dragon Lightning. Lightning. Target 10, getting 3. Scale the Kulia. Yep, there's Maxi. Scale Dreamia. Spot removal by sending the original level 10 off from Thunder 10. Set 2, Normal Fancia, toss out Gracia. Joke's on you, scale the other Kulia for Gracia. Getting Harmonia. Activates it. Target and kill. Armed Dragon Lightning is a saving grace. Harmonia picks up Kulia. Armed Dragon Thunder level 3, send the original 3 for the original level 5. Original level 5, ditch the original level 7. Spot removal Gracia. Level 5 over Fancia, the Thunder 10 for 4,000. And then level up, obviously, Pendulum Reborn to Gracia. Gracia, getting Scale. And then we got some work to do. Harmonia, pick up Fancia. Normal Fancia, Electromiting Elitia. Thunder 10, spot removal Kulia by ditching level 3. Halfway there, activate Scale. Kickback Dreamia, scales the Kulia. Rescale Dreamia. 2 together for Cross Sheep for the sake of the arrows. Increase scale, Pendulum Shokan, Elitia Gracia, and Kulia. Gracia getting Musica. Kulia negating the Armed Dragons. Appaloosa for 4. Appaloosa over Thunder 10 and 2 set. Oh, Feather Duster, that stinks. Musica, and then Call by after. Call by the Thunder 10 just so that it's not gonna come back anytime soon. And Musica for Coolia before the whole entire board gets wiped in terms of back rows. Level 7 over Coolia for some reason. I do not know why. Level 7 is larger than her, but beats me. Normal Fantia. Appaloosa over level 7. Fantia 16, and we control the board. Fantia toss out Butia. Hey, yo! Shatter Foil Extravagance. Wild. Arm Dragon Flash, E-Telly. E-Telly's any armed dragon that is level 3 from the deck in defense. So, original level 3 and Thunder level 3. Fantia over Thunder level 3 and Appaloosa for 32. Fantia, Electromite, Elitia, and then Armed Dragon Player Scoop. In this next matchup, looking at this hand, I'd say we're on something. Primitive Butterfly, so literally any insect, and then Sting the Poison. Alright. Sting the Poison, getting Twimbo the Attacker. Set 2. Increase the levels. And then Twimbo comes out. Let's see. Any side effects that I do not know about? Can't special summon from the extra deck this, for the rest of the turn except insects. Okay. For a second there, I thought to myself, if this duelist puts up Final Sigma, we literally lose because there is no other answer to stop all of this. But Twimbo the Attacker specials itself off from its effect, so therefore, as a result, only insects from the extra deck. What level 12 insect does this? Battle Wasp, Ballista, the Armageddon. Level 12 Wind Insect, 3000 flat and 800 defense. First chance it gets special summon, doesn't matter how it's special summon. Banish all insect monsters from your graveyard. All monsters your opponent currently controls lose 500 stat per banished insect. If it attacks a defense monster, pierce battle damage, gross. And then if the synchro summon card in its owner's control gets killed by a card effect specifically, special summon 3 of your banished level 11 or lower insects, which doesn't target. Scales Lucia. Activates Nest. Battle Wasp targets for an attack. Special Battle Wasp from hand or deck. Place 1 counter, end the battle. Scales to Coolia. Pendulum 3. Gracia, Butia, target the level 12 Ballista. Gracia gets Harmonia, activates it. Kill the ballista, to the banished pile it goes. The return of Ignister Prominence. Non-tuner pendulum to make it, courtesy of Gracia. And Ghost Bell, of course. And of course, Ignister is a soft once per turn as an old card. If you forgot about what this does, here's how it works. Target one pendulum monster anywhere on the field or one card in a pendulum zone, kill it, and if you do does not target, shuffle it back into the deck. And obviously, we don't play Draco Slayers, which is irrelevant to this archetype. And obviously, knowing Luster, Master, and so on, they're lights anyway. They are banned in the Attribute 4 anyways. Fires off Impermanence. Harmonia picks up Gracia. And then Battle Wasp player just scooped. And in this last matchup, looking at this hand, it's gonna be a good one. Set 1, Ancient Gears, normal Wyvern, getting Golem, the big Golem, trade in, draw the 2. Ancient Gear fusion this early, show me Howitzer. Wyvern and double Wyvern and, yep, Howitzer. Burn for 1,000. Ignite reloads the Fancia. Obviously, Fancia comes back, and with the addition of Kulia now, we got ourselves a complete scale. Harmonia, scale the Kulia and Cutia. Make it 9. Normal Fancia. Kill the set card, which is, whoa! Solemn Judgment, that's wild. Fancia tosses out Gracia. Harmonia picks up Gracia. Just only one. The Gracia. Getting Formal. Gracia over Howitzer. Getting the Golem, the big Golem. Raigekis, the Golem. And 2 set. Vernus Sylph, Ancient Gears. Bunny Rabbit, ditch Wyvern, gets the Wyvern. Revive the Howitzer. And burn for 1,000 again. Normal Wyvern, getting the Ancient Gear Fortress. Fortress activates. Wyvern over Fancia. Harmonia picks up Fancia. Fancia tosses out Angelia. Pendulum reborns the Angelia. And speaking of Ancient Gears, about if it ever battles something, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. Just like Ancient Gears, they can't activate any spells and your opponent cannot activate spells or traps until the end of the damage step. So if you notice, we have a odd scale and even scale. All Solfachord benefits the no monster effects, and all Solfachord benefits the no spells and traps. So basically, Gracia and Angelia together, these two are basically Ancient Gear versus Ancient Gear. Ancient Gear Angelia, Ancient Gear Gracia, and Ancient Gear Fancia. Because now that these two are together on the field, it's basically Ancient Gear all over again. And then Ancient Gear Reborn, revive Howitzer again. Howitzer for another 1,000. Howitzer Crash. Howitzer for Golem. And I believe this is the second copy of Golem. Golem over Gracia, but Fancia protects Gracia by battle. Harmonia picks up Fancia. Normal the Fancia. Harmonia kills Golem. Wyvern gets the ultimate pound. Ancient Gear Fancia over Wyvern. Ancient Gear Gracia. Ancient Gear Angelia. And one set. Reborn, get the Wyvern. Wyvern. Getting Ancient Gear frame. And by the way, all this time throughout the course of the duel, I exactly found out what went wrong about why couldn't I activate Musica in the first place. Turns out it was Ancient Gear Forest, which is the biggest problem against me, because your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to Ancient Gear cards and effects. That does mean spells and traps included. In other words, Ancient Gear goes completely off unscathed. Hunting Hound, burn for 6. Bear, ditch frame. Now we can kill off the Reborn with Musica. Draw one. Revive Howitzer once again. Burn 1,000. Going for 3. Megaton Golem. And it did use Ultimate Pound, but not 2 or more. It would have attacked that many times. Ancient Gear Wyvern over Fancia. Megaton Golem over Angelia. 2 together. Ancient Gear Ballista. Ballista getting Hunting Hound. Ballista. Kill off the Fortress. Make Gracia 0. Fortress. Getting Howitzer again. Top decks Cutia. And at this point, I was gonna go completely crazy with the Solfachord combos with the help of the top deck Cutia. And of course, the deck profile for you guys that I wanted to showcase for the attribute 4 in the third part would be Solfachords. So generally the idea, the way how this deck works is you need to focus on the even and odd scales and try to widespread it out as much as you can to gain certain benefits. So for starters, 3 Cutia Stratos of Solfachord monsters. Even scale, its own scale times 100 for the boost to all Solfachords. Odd scale, saving grace of Solfachord card effects. And then once you have a scale, extender. 2 Elitias, no battle damage involving once you have an even scale, and upon normal or special, she can compulse 1 spell trap. Fancia, 3 of them. Odd scale, she's the saving grace of Solfachord battles, and then odds, or on my turn, she is literally heavy metal foe Electromite of Solfachords by sending 1 from main deck to extra deck. And then the other 2 ofs, the boss herself, Kulia. Free special from hand by attribute 2 pendulums, doesn't gotta be Solfachords. And then if you have an odd scale, you target up to 2 instead of 1 to negate the card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. It can be monsters or spell trap included. And then when an effect of a monster on the field is activated with equal or lower attack than the highest scale in my zone times 300, kill that monster. And then the 1-ups, Gracia, Angelia, and Butia. Upon even scale for Gracia, all Solfachord pendulums gain the benefits of Ancient Gear for monster effects. Odd scale, same concept but spells and traps. So if you have an even and odd scale together, as mentioned in the video, and if you have these 2 on the field together, they are essentially Ancient Gears. And then Fancia's or Angelia's resolution is tribute a Solfachord pendulum even face down to special a Solfachord pendulum straight from your deck whose scales are 2 higher or 2 lower. And then Butia, target 1 effect, or if you have an even scale, target 1 face up spell trap as well. So in most cases, even scale, you target any face up card. First chance the card leaves from your opponent's field, it actually ends up banished. And then once per turn at the start of the damage step, when or if this card battles a monster with an equal or higher attack than the lowest scale in your pendulum zone times 300, kill it. In other words, El Shaddai construct of Solfachords. And then the other monsters, 2 Droll, Ash, Bell, and Pegasus. Traps, because we got a small amount. Solfachord Formal and 1 Musica. It makes it so that anything they do to threaten the board, it is unaffected by only that threatened card, not by anything else. In terms of protecting your pendulums from that effect, same goes for your scales in terms of can't be killed or banished. And then Musica, hard once, odd special from extra deck with an odd scale, even specials with an even scale, and an even and odd spot removal, any card. And of course, the only way to trigger the formal, which doesn't negate by the way, is you gotta have a Solfachord cards in your Pendulum Scales, and then shuffles 1 face up pendulum monster for this to happen. Double evenly matched. Pendulum Reborn simply puts up a pendulum monster from your graveyard or extra deck. And then Pendulum Area, even though this card did not go off, but it's only there for every other matchups that isn't Pendulum Mirrors in general. And then the spells, Call By, Ignite Reload, 2 Wavering Eyes, not 3, don't want to overdraw the card a whole lot. Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, Monster Reborn, Tactics, Harmonia, pick up a Solfachord from your extra deck face up to the hand, increase the scale based off from its level to its max scale, meaning 9, and then if you control Solfachord pendulums with at least 3 different odd or 3 different even, does not target kill a card. Extra pendulum, it hasn't come up at all, but it's only there for putting up more pendulum summons. During my main phase this turn, I can put up a pendulum summon from the extra deck as an addition of Pendulum Summon. Solfachord Scale. Depends on how many Solfachords with different names, that's what they get to do. 3 or more, kick back 1 from the scale to the hand, and place 1 from face up extra deck to the scale. 5 or more, free special Solfachord Pendulum from the hand, and if for some reason we get 7 different names, destroy all face up cards your opponent controls. And then Elegance. Solfachord from Scale. Toss 1 Solfachord Pendulum from hand to extra deck, complete your scale of Solfachords, 1 odd, 1 even. And then add 2 cards, 1 odd, 1 even, scales to the extra deck face up. Doesn't gotta be Solfachords to draw 2, which is extra good. And then extra deck. Ignister, Baron. Ignister came up once, Baron deflored. This came up once or twice, I believe. Phoenix hasn't come up. Cross Sheep is only there for the arrows. If we come across nothing in terms of putting up with the synchros, the only benefit we have for synchros is all monsters I control gain a 700, which is nice for the boost morale, but it hasn't really come up at all. But the Cross Sheep is only there for the sake of the arrows. Same goes for the 4 Charmer Links, self-explanatory. Geonator Transverser, best link monster in the extra deck ever. Heat Leo, it's only there once just to spin something back. And then the savior of the extra deck, Appaloosa. She came in clutch when I need to get higher attack to get over most monsters that are untargetable or can't be killed with effects. And with that being said, this is James Polk on the Solfachord 4 attribute. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't already, hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we'll catch you guys in the next part.